Hey guys, so for today's video, we're gonna be testing out a $1 foundation. Yes, $1. So this is the Santee Aqua Stylish Silky Milk Foundation with SPF 20. So this foundation I actually already tested out. I believe it was in my Shop Miss A makeup tutorial using products that are $1 tutorial or something like that. So I did already test this out, but the other day I was just thinking, you know what if I really gave it like a full test and did a full wear test on it and really to see if it was actually really good. I remember my first initial reaction when I used this was that I actually really liked it, surprisingly. So I figured, what if it actually lasts super long? Because I didn't end up really giving it a full test. So I figured that's what we're gonna do today. The foundation doesn't really say much about it other than the fact that it's oil-free and it says Silky Milk Aqua Stylish Foundation. So it doesn't really have many claims. So I have mine in the shade 5. So this is how the foundation looks on the finger, and this is how number 5 looks. I'm actually gonna do a little swatch for you guys so you can see how the shade looks. This is number 5. So I wanna test this foundation the same way I would wear my other foundation. So I'm just gonna pop on some primer. This is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This is one of my favorite drugstore primers. If you are more dry skin and you want something more hydrating and luminous, I really love the Maybelline Prime Light. All right, so I'm just gonna pop some of this on the back of my hand and let's see how far that little bit goes. So it is a pretty thick foundation, as you can see, kind of moussey and thick. It's not running down the hand. I am gonna use my Real Techniques sponge. Yeah, definitely like a thick, you know, moussey foundation. Oh yeah, I think from what I remember, this foundation did not work well with the sponge. I think I remember that. So we're gonna switch over to my favorite foundation brush. This is the Morphe E6, super duper thick. It's actually not a bad color match either, which is really nice. So it doesn't blend the easiest, but it's also not super horrible. It's not super full coverage for a foundation that is pretty thick. It's not extremely full coverage. There is quite a bit of tackiness too when you apply it, but it really does help using like a nice dense brush, and I find it helps patting it instead of rubbing it. Rubbing it I feel like moves the product too much. As you can see, I'm getting such a better application. Like, look how much better that application is when you just like dab and press it in. And this foundation isn't super duper matte either, which is nice. Actually, for a thick foundation, you would think it would be super duper matte. So here's how the foundation looks with just one little layer. I feel like I could do a second layer, but first I am going to apply it on this side. And let's see how the application is initially when you just pat instead of rub. Oh yeah, so much better. And you get a nice medium to full coverage that way instead of rubbing like how I did initially. So this is actually a pretty dewy foundation. I don't know if you guys can see, like, it's actually pretty dewy. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't remember the finish of it. I thought it was matte, but I guess I forgot how dewy it actually was. I expected it to be matte just because of how thick the foundation is, but it's actually a really healthy looking finish. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can build up this foundation and add a little bit more coverage, mainly to the cheek, just a little bit on the forehead. So it doesn't feel super lightweight. It does have a little bit of like this tacky type of feel. This is definitely a foundation you would have to set. If you have super dry skin, you might actually really love how dewy this is. If you have oily skin, I would say this might be a nightmare for you. But I mean, we're gonna see how it lasts. We're gonna do a wear test and really see. So I'm gonna give you guys a really close up view just so you can see how it looks on the pores and everything like that. I actually really, I love that instant pore eraser from Maybelline. It really does a good job at filling in the pores. So I feel like my pores look really good. Like I said, I love this primer, but this foundation could have totally not worked in terms of pores. And it looks super duper smooth. As you can see, it is super dewy. But it has a really nice healthy finish and it's really smooth. Like the foundation, when you rub it, it really doesn't work. It looks like it almost doesn't blend. Like it literally just moves the product instead of blending it. So you cannot rub, you have to just like dab. But once you do, I feel like it looks really good. I'm just very curious to see how it's going to wear. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face. I just do wanna tell you guys, I am going to be setting the foundation just, you know, how I normally would. I'm gonna use the NYX HD translucent powder to set the foundation, and then I'm just gonna proceed with like my normal face routine, and we're gonna come back in, check in after my entire makeup is done, see how it's wearing, see how the product's blended on top, and then I am gonna do a wear test a couple hours later to see how this foundation wore. Did it last? Did it fade? And maybe I'll take it outside again because you guys really liked when I did that last time, so yeah. All right, you guys, so I just finished up my makeup and the foundation is wearing really well so far. My products blended just like they normally would over top of my other favorite foundations. So products do blend really nicely on top. My skin doesn't feel super heavy. It doesn't feel extremely lightweight, but it also doesn't feel super duper heavy. I feel like it looks really good so far. So the last time you guys saw me in that last clip, it was around 11:30, 12. It's 1:15 now. I just finished filming another video on this eye look for under $10, so that's super exciting. That video should be up. I don't know if it's gonna be up before or after this, but either way, stay tuned. Make sure you guys are signed up for notifications on my channel because a lot of you guys are saying that you're missing my videos because you're not getting notified. So make sure you click the bell little icon beside the subscribe button on my channel so you can get emails every single time I upload so that you don't miss it. But yeah, I feel like so far it looks really good. I'm getting a little bit oily and cakey right here. I'm gonna go ahead and actually take my vlogging camera, head outside to see how this foundation looks outside, you know, in bright daylight. And I'm also going to see if it has flashback. I know that's a big thing, especially because it says it has SPF 20. I really hope it doesn't give flashback. All right, you guys, so I'm outside now and this is how the foundation looks outside. So now it's 1:45, so it's been like what? Definitely 2 hours, and I am noticing already that there's a little bit of cakiness around the nose and it's worn off, and it's already worn off a little bit on the forehead. So I feel like this foundation so far, it's looking like it's more for drier skin. I feel like if you have super oily skin, it's definitely gonna fade really quickly. I have normal to oily skin and it's starting to fade already. I also wanna mention a lot of you guys were talking about the smoothing filter that this camera gives when I do check-ins. So I actually have the smoothing filter turned off on this camera. This is the Sony a5100, but I feel like it has a smoothing filter built in because it still looks like super smooth. So just ignore that. I'm actually thinking of switching vlogging cameras to the Canon GX7 because like I said, this one just has like that smoothing filter and I've taken it off and it still has it. So yeah, I don't really like that. I want my vlogs to be like super HD and super sharp and clear. But yeah, I hope you guys don't mind for now. So here's how it looks outside. Also, I just imported the photos from my camera with flash to my phone and I just looked at them and there's a little bit of flashback, but not a lot. Like nothing that would be really bad, but I don't know if I would take that risk. I feel like if you take a lot of flash photos, if you go to a lot of events with flash, I don't know if I would take that risk with you know, even just a little bit of flashback. All right, so I am checking in now. It's about 5:15, so it's been pretty much 6 hours and I really just want to see. I haven't even had a chance, to look in the mirror because I've been editing and I just finished editing and uploading and everything. So I'm just kind of like looking first. So I'm gonna get a little bit closer so you guys can see. So the foundation has completely worn off. Oh, I didn't mean to flick you guys off there. Completely worn off on my nose and it's really cakey and oily around the nose nostril area and really faded towards the forehead, which is like my problem area. The forehead is usually where foundation really wears off on me first. Main concern is the T-zone. I'm getting pretty oily on the nose and it's also worn off a lot on the nose and the chin and kind of like the mouth, pretty much the T-zone area. So I think I stand by what I said in the earlier clip. This seems like a great foundation for dry skin, but if you have oily skin, it's just probably not going to hold up well on our oils for us oily skin girls. But I'm curious to see how it's going to be for dry skin girls. So if any of you have tried this foundation or are going to try it, let me know how it wears on you. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. My lashes are off, by the way, so that's why I look a little crazy and my lip is worn off. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just thought it'd be super fun to test out and do a full wear test, full in-depth kind of test of a $1 foundation. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you guys like these types of videos where I kind of test out an affordable product and really put it to the test, I definitely will do more. Please don't forget to give me a like, thumbs up, and do not forget to click the little bell notification down below beside the subscribe button. That's a mouthful. So that you can get notified every single time I upload a new video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and of course I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.